Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Hope you are doing extremely well. So today in this video we are going to do the discussion regarding Capgemini, right? So as you all must be knowing that Capgemini has started hiring for 2022 batch. So in this video what we're gonna do is we are going to discuss about all the rounds that you have been through in the Capgemini. What are the resources that you can refer for the preparation? What is the difficulty level? How you can prepare for the same, right? So many of you requested for this particular video to get a proper idea regarding the preparation for Capgemini. Even you know that I have been placed in Capgemini. I got the selection from Capgemini. I have made one video as well regarding my interview experience at Capgemini, so you can just refer that particular video in case you want to get a proper sort of idea. So I have provided the video link in the description. You can just check it out, right? So make sure to have a look. I have provided the link in the description itself. So yeah, we are going to cover all the rounds. Basically I'll be sharing what are the resources you can follow, or basically I followed for the preparation. So make sure to watch the complete video. But before proceeding further in the video, it's a request that if you are new to this channel or if you haven't subscribed our channel till now, then guys please make sure to subscribe. It will really motivate me to make more such content for you, and also the channel will be really helpful for you. So do subscribe our channel and make sure to join our Telegram community as well. The link for the Telegram channel is given in the description itself. So do join our Telegram channel. I hope that you have done both these things. So let's proceed further in the video. So first of all, in the Capgemini exam, you will be having pseudocode, right? Pseudocode. Now, the pseudocode, or I should mention pseudocode plus DSA as well. The pseudocode as well as data structure questions will be there. Coming to the level of difficulty, so what I felt, pseudocode questions were fairly easy. And for DSA, so yes, you need a proper understanding regarding tree data structure, regarding graph data structure, right, degree concept and all in the graph data structure one. So all these things are needed for the DSA part. So DSA, I would say, medium to difficult. DSA questions are sort of, I should say, good. So they have fairly covered all the data structure in DSA part. Let me mention tree, right? So many of the questions are from tree. And it's not just the practical one, theoretical one even. Like you should have a proper understanding regarding what type of trees do we have and how you can differentiate between them, like is a binary tree, complete binary tree, and all these or sort of types, heap. So you should have a proper understanding about these sort of trees that we do have, because the questions are sort of conceptual ones. So your concept should be clear regarding them. From graphs as well, they do ask question, right? From other data structure like a stack, linked list. So for stack is like probably they'll be asking you questions on the operation itself, like push and pop operation that we do have. From LinkedIn itself, linked list itself, so the question can be, it's not like every question will be difficult. Like one of the questions that I can recall as of now is that you know, like a linked list consists of two parts. It's a node consisting of data as well as pointer. So they do ask like how you can move to the next node, right? So what is this particular part is known as using what? Pointer, right? That's what helps us in this case. So the questions were medium to difficult. Like if your concepts are clear, fairly, like surely you'll be able to attempt the question from the DSA part. But yes, proper understanding regarding this tree, graph, stack, linked list, array as well is needed, right? So now, so what you can do is refer the previous year questions paper, like what sort of question they are getting asked, and have a thorough proper idea regarding this data structure as well. So you can refer Geeks for Geeks or Java Point. So these are the good resources that will be giving you proper conceptual understanding of these data structures. So you can just go through the articles, read about them. Even you can refer videos as well. There are plenty of videos regarding these topics on the YouTube itself. So you can just refer those videos to get a thorough idea regarding these data structure. For pseudocode, what I felt, the pseudocode was easy. Okay, and the tricky part is pseudocode is just bitwise operators, right? So bitwise operator in the sense like this one, bitwise AND, bitwise OR, and this shifting one, left shift, right shift. So if you have a thorough idea regarding a proper idea regarding this bitwise operator, you'll be able to solve. So pseudocode are easy one. I would rate pseudocode part as easy to medium, or probably easy only. So pseudocode is not a very different thing. It's just the output based questions, you can say. It's just in pseudocode they are not using any specific language like a C, C++, Java, Python or so. Normal English, you can say. So that's what pseudocode is known as. Okay, so it's just a normal output based questions for certain operations getting performed. So you have to determine that what the output is going to be. Pseudocode question will be easy only. A DSA part, yes, you have to work on. You have to brush up your concepts regarding these data structure that I just mentioned, and also previous year questions are must to do so that you can get a sort of idea, right? Because if you are aware that what sort of questions are getting asked, so you'll be preparing accordingly. इट्स नॉट कि रैंडम आप कुछ भी पढ़ने लगो. पहले आपको आइडिया होना चाहिए कि किस तरीके से क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं एंड कहाँ से कौन से कॉन्सेप्ट से क्वेश्चन पूछे जाते हैं, तो उसी अकॉर्डिंग यू कैन प्रिपेयर. ठीक है, तो दिस वाज अबाउट सूडो कोड एंड डीएसए. नाउ difficulty level will be discussed about the resources as well. Now the question is there a cutoff? So yes, there's a cutoff for pseudocode part. So only if you are clearing that particular cutoff, you will be moving to the next round, that is verbal ability part. So next one is verbal. So for verbal, my personal experience was that I felt verbal was easy, but what other friends of mine who attempted the test, and like many other students who attempted the test basically, so they told like verbal was sort of difficult for them. Now this perception varies from person to person. If you're good at some part, so this can be easy for you. If not, this can be difficult for you. And like they told that many of their friends were eliminated from verbal itself. So not from pseudocode, but from verbal. Many students, many friends of the students to whom I talked, so they told that many friends were eliminated in the verbal part only. So yes, even I've told you that in case of placement, don't underestimate any round. It doesn't matter that okay, so you did well in technical part, but you missed that part now, so you won't be moving further in the rounds. So that's why give preference to each and every section, not just the technical part only. So that's what the thing with the verbal. So in verbal, what you'll be getting is questions based on antonyms, synonyms, sentence correction, and reading comprehension. So all these sort of questions you're going to get. According to me, the verbal was kind of okay, and I was able to complete the verbal before the given time, right? So I was just sitting ideally as if I have completed a section before the given time. But as what majority said, so yes, you have to give proper time for the verbal part as well. During for the previous year questions paper, placement related vocab you can just prepare so that you can get a sort of idea, right? For reading comprehension, is just solve the questions related to the reading comprehension and try to build up that speed, because you know, like for every section, like for verbal part, what will be there, time constant will be there. See, what generally happen is कि when we are solving the questions sitting at our home just solving on the copy and paper, it's just fine. But when time limitation is there, that under this given time you have to solve the questions and you have to come up with a solution, then that's kind of challenging, because now there's a time constant, and during the time of competition obviously there will be a time constant, so you have to keep all these things in mind, and accordingly you have to prepare, you have to be quick, because it's not just you who are giving the paper, it's like many students are there who are giving the paper. So that's what the thing is. So once you have cleared the cutoff for verbal part, for verbal also there is a cutoff. Let me tell you, pseudocode, verbal, and next is gaming based aptitude. Right. So these three parts, these three sections are elimination round. Okay, and the next one is behavioral ability something. So that is not an elimination one. It's just to analyze a candidate. It's just to let you know in a proper way about your personality and so. So this is not an elimination. The last round is not an elimination, right? So third one is gaming based aptitude. So for me, if you will say, so there was a particular game that was sort of tricky for me, because in this you have to memorize some value as it will disappear quickly. So I was missing in that part. So yes, that was sort of tricky for me. Otherwise, like it's not just one game will be there. There'll be certain games that you have to participate in, or it's like an aptitude thing will be involved. I won't say that a proper game is there, right? So it's just to check your thinking ability, right, to check your memory, that how well you can remember something. And so this was about gaming based aptitude. There was a certain game that was sort of challenging for me, where you have to remember some sort of pattern and all, so this was sort of challenging. Otherwise, gaming based aptitude, I would say easy to medium. So that was the thing for gaming based aptitude, easy to medium, right? And for this as well, there's a sectional cutoff. So if you're not able to clear it, you won't be moving to the next round. Okay, so now that's also elimination, as if I already mentioned. Now for this particular round, that is gaming based aptitude, what you can prepare, it's like missing number pattern. First of all, like missing number pattern was there, so you can just uh, practice some sort of question based on these. Also refer the previous year question paper, what sort of game based questions are getting asked, you can prepare according to them. Like some questions were just that a particular, like some figure and all is given to you in which some pattern is getting followed. So now if another one figure is given to you, so you have to fill up the spaces getting reference from the previous figure that you have seen. The pattern will be same, so some sort of like this, right? It's like just they are trying to check out your IQ or so, thinking ability and so for this, I would say that first refer to the previous questions related to the giving based aptitude, and accordingly search for the resources, that if you have to look for the pattern based questions, go solve them. And this is how the things is going to be for the gaming based aptitude. But yes, practice is important, because if suddenly you will be there and you will be solving the question, so maybe you are not able to perform that much well. But अगर आपने पहले से प्रिपरेशन कर रखा होगा, पहले से उस तरीके क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर रखे होंगे, then obviously it is going to be easy for you, right? तो पहले से ही आपको प्रिपेयर करके रखना है. नेक्स्ट वन इज behavioral round. So next जो होगा आपका वो होगा behavioral round. So behavioral round is not an elimination round. First of all, it's just to get a sort of idea regarding the candidate. So it's just normal questions will be there ki if that is the situation, how you would react, and all these sort of questions just to understand your personality and thinking ability and so it's not an elimination round. Okay. And after this, like after 2 to 3 days, some students even got a work style report. So getting work style report is not an indication that you are getting selected. Okay, because I didn't got any work style report. So if you are getting work style report, or if you are not getting work style report, it doesn't anyhow shows that you are selected or not selected till the time you are not getting any sort of email from their site regarding your selection or rejection, right? So please don't think if you are getting work style report, so it means you are selected. So that's not the case. Work style report is just to give you sort of idea regarding your personality and so on the basis of this behavioral test and so, right? So that's what the case is. So yeah, here we covered all the 4 rounds, about the resources as well that you can follow, and I just mentioned that what are the elimination round, how you have to prepare for the same. And it's not just specific to the Capgemini. For every company, previous year question paper are must to do, because it's not the like it will give you idea whenever you are preparing for any exam. First you should have an idea that what sort of question, what difficulty level of the question is getting asked in the company, on what particular topic they are focusing on, and then you will start your preparation, right? So that's why previous year questions are very, very important. So do solve them. Also along with your accuracy, so if you're able to solve a question, that's good, but you have to maintain speed as well, that if you are able to solve a question, how much time you are taking. So you have to manage both thing, time as well as the speed, right? So both the things matter, time, speed, accuracy, everything matters. Just because you know, like now when you'll be giving the exam, you are in a competition, certain other students also giving, right? So you have to maintain these things, and all this will come from practice only. So do practice for the same. So yeah, that's all from my side. I hope the video was kind of helpful for you. If it is so, make sure to hit the like button. If there's any like any other topic you want me to make video on, or anything that I can do from my side, so just please put the thing in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Keep learning, keep preparing. Bye bye.